Hi, beautiful. So, today I want to talk about an important topic, and that is how do we feel about ourselves? It's for us to examine how do we feel about ourselves. And I want to share 6 tips on how you can feel better about yourself. Many of us nowadays are feeling unmotivated, not feeling well about ourselves, not feeling confident, not feeling motivated. So I want to talk a little bit more about how can we take the power back and how can we better ourselves. So here are 6 tips on how you can feel better about yourself. Number one, if you have failed at anything, it's okay. Don't be so hard on yourself. Try again. Don't give up. There's something about trying again and going for it that oftentimes makes us feel better about ourselves. I know it could be difficult, it doesn't happen overnight, but try it. If you failed at anything, it's just an opportunity to try again. It will tell you what you need to do. The failure will talk to you back if you take time. Like in step number 2 is to take time to evaluate, to reassess, to examine what you need to do to learn how to improve yourself in order to get the success or to accomplish that goal. Step number 3, it's okay to fail. We live in a society sometimes that judge us for failure, and I am telling you, as one that often struggles sometimes with accepting making mistakes or failure, many of us, right? Can you relate? We are hard on ourselves. So in step 3, I want you to take time to examine yourself, to examine what do I need to learn in order to achieve that goal and be successful at it. Step number 4. This is very, very important in step number 4, and that is to monitor your self negative talk and completely stop judging yourself. We are very, very critical about ourselves. And many times it comes from others being critical of us and us wanting to live to other people's expectation, especially those that we are so that we so much look forward to their view of us, right? We look forward to hearing those praises from them, right? Because we value and we respect them, right? Think about someone that you value and you respect, and think of a time that that person was very critical of you, they judged you, right? That hurt, right? That can feel like a sting. I know I've experienced that. But what makes it even 10 times worse is that then we judge ourselves very, very harshly, and the negative talk just spins out of control. If you relate to this, keep watching because this video was made just for you. If you're feeling like you're too hard on yourself, you're not feeling like you're accomplishing, follow these steps and hopefully they will help you. These tips are reminders, right? They're practical reminders of what we can do to help ourselves. In step number 3, I want you to look at and reflect and take time to accept that failure, right? Whatever you're going through right now, if you have failed at, passing that driver's license test, road test, failing the exam of going into the school or returning back to school, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you feel like you have failed doing all the house chores or failed at homeschooling your child or whatever it may be, I want you to really step back and accept what you have not done correctly that led to a failure. And a failure is that you're judging it as a failure, right? Because some people may feel that they failed at something while others may say, no, you didn't really fail. So whatever you considered a fail, right? Make sure that you take time to accept it and free yourself from the guilt that comes from the failure. The failure is there as an opportunity for you to see what you need to do better. And I know it's hard to sometimes process it in that way. I know I sometimes have that same issue, but it's important that we continue to examine our emotions and our feelings and also what went wrong so you can self correct. Okay. Step number 4. It's very, very, very important to really, really, really work on yourself. And I think I did step 4 already, which is stop judging yourself, right? And the negative talk. That is step 4. Step 5, talk to someone. If you're feeling lonely and you're feeling like it's really difficult nowadays, and you feel like you failed a lot and you're feeling like giving up, don't give up. Just don't give up. But I want you to talk to someone, right? Whether it's a professional counselor, a coach, a mentor, your bestie, a relative, somebody that you trust. And sometimes it's not how long you know the person or if they're family, right? Or blood. Sometimes you may meet someone that it's only been a few months and they have really made you feel like you can trust them and you feel connected. Then I would say reach out to them. Let them know what's on your mind, right? We often think that we could be mind readers to each other because the effort is less when someone kind of gets you right away and figures it out and you're like, oh my God, they know my every thought. That feels good, and you can often have that in a relationship. But it's important that you speak up when you're not feeling your best. Yes, there's time for reflection. Yes, there's time, right, to retreat and self-love and heal. But there's also a time to speak up and share and let the other person know that it's hard. So if you're watching or listening in the podcast or watching this video, thank you so much. Please give it a like, share it, because the more people that I can reach, I feel of great satisfaction, because I know there's so many people in the world just like me, just like you, that are very hard on ourselves and that we may often not feel good about ourselves, feel less confident, our self-esteem may be hurting, right? So it's important to really, really, as a community of humans, to come together. But not everybody can understand us. Not everybody has the patience. Not everybody's in a space where they can handle that. I was in a live earlier, and whenever you're watching this video, at some point I did a live and I had a community of folks, and a member of the Smiley Empowerment community shared a question. It was like, what happens when you are hurting or you're going through something and that friend or that person that you trust is not available because they're going through something. And I shared with the person that that's a difficult, right? It's a difficult situation, but that's where communication is very, very important. It's very important to have communication with one another. And we did a little role play where I acted as the other person who is going through something and is receiving the call from the friend saying, hey, I'm going through something. And I shared and I said in the role playing that it's okay for the other person to say, hey, I acknowledge that you're going through something difficult, right? And I want to share and be of help to you. But right now I am not in a place that I can be of help to you. I might be a disservice. I might say something to hurt your feelings because I am going through my own things, and I'm taking a break from socializing a bit, but I care and I love you, and I know that what you're expressing, you want to unpack a little more, but maybe we could do this at a later time. But make sure that you are okay, because sometimes if you may need to talk to someone else, or a professional, I'm going through something, and maybe you want to share at that moment a little bit, maybe not in depth, but maybe just say, acknowledge I'm going through something. It's a breakup, or I'm feeling sad and depressed, and I need a little time for myself. If we can kind of revisit this within a few days or a week, you'll know the time frame. But that's important, right? In the role playing, I was sharing a little bit about my feelings, right? To the friend that called, seeking out help. And I know that it's not easy, that when you're feeling distress, when you're feeling very sad and lonely, and you do make effort to reach out, I understand, because it's happened to me, right? Where when you do that and the person is not available, but they don't communicate that it's that they're not able to, that hurts. That stings, right? But I think if we were honest with each other and be able to have the courage and the compassion in a form of communicating how we're really feeling, that may help the relationships be better and both get through whatever each is experiencing. But there are many times that we fear feeling judged. We fear others letting us down. We put a lot of expectation on another individual, and they're human. I am one that's happened to me numerous of times throughout my different friendships and relationships. We're at different seasons, right? And it's important not to internalize the other person. Now, I did say, and I want to share with you guys, I did say, I'm a little parched. And if you're watching this video and you want to drink something, your favorite beverage, please do so. Pause and join with me. I'm drinking salsa water, but it's good to kind of like, I feel like connected, like we're both sharing this moment and drinking together. But I also shared and wanted to share that in the other live, when I was doing the role play, I also shared and said that let's be mindful too that if we find ourselves in relationships with friendships or family members that are constantly not there for you, constantly not showing you support, that you then examine that relationship. Because I was talking about the healthy, right, moments where from time to time a friend cannot, or the other person is not able to be available because they're going through their own stuff, right? But then there are times where there's relationships that we really got to examine because we are not a priority to them. And sometimes it's often that we're not. And that's something to look at. That's very different from a relationship where the person is saying, hey, I'm going through something and you know that I'm always there for you. But at this moment, I don't have the capacity to, right? I don't have the emotional stamina to be able to be of service to you. And I can actually be disservice, where I may say something, right, to hurt your feelings. I might be irritable myself. I might be short with you. So kind of really examining where we're at. But it's good to look at your relationships. In order to feel better, you have to be surrounded by, and that's a bonus, it's not part of the 6, but you have to be surrounded by folks that support you and that love you. They don't have to agree, but that they support you and that you feel good when you're around them. Not that you are a burden, not that they forget about you, not that they don't prioritize you. And this is also including family, blood family, friends that became family, right? When you're constantly not being a priority in somebody's life, that's something for you to examine. That's very different than someone saying, I'm not available right now because I'm also going through something. But as soon as I get through this, or let's get through this together, we can reconnect. And they kind of follow up with you and you don't have to chase them. But getting back to the tips, tip number 5, it's important not to isolate and to, well, I just mentioned that, number 5, and talk to someone you trust. Okay. Tip number 6, This one is really interesting because you're like, to feel better, I have to do that. Well, I encourage you to, and many of us in the coaching business or therapy business, counseling business, we talk about this, right? Which is learn a new skill, learn something new so you can feel better about yourself. How many of us sometimes walk into a room and we don't feel confident, right? And then you're thinking like, why I don't feel confident? Sometimes you don't examine it like that, but if you reflect, you're like, what about me? Because it's about me, right? There are people in the room that maybe you feel triggered by, but why is that? And sometimes it's that we don't feel that we know certain things, right? Maybe we don't feel as skillful in certain areas. And also, even I would challenge you to learn something new, period, because they say that when we learn new activities, and also if we do it with a partner or a friend together and discover something new, right? It helps. It boosts your confidence. It boosts your mood, right? But learning a new skill, reading a self-help, right, or personal development book, right? Listening to me, Coach Smiley, listening to me or listening to other coaches. Like I listen to my mentors, right? One of my coaches is Jay Shetty, so I listen to him, right? I'm part of the Genius group. I listen to Mel Robbins, to Anthony Robbins. I listen to Oprah Winfrey, like just different people for me. That doesn't have to be for you, but they make me feel better because they help me grow, and their energy is aligned with mine in growing and expanding myself, right? So you can find who are the people that that bring that for you, but who are the professionals, the coaches that can help you to learn a new skill. You can also go here on on YouTube. There's so many videos on self-help, and there's so many self-help books, right? And audible that you can listen to, and listen to podcasts, right? To to practice and to learn new skills and habits in your personal development. So, really, in tip number 6, we talk about learning that new skill, right? It's never late to learn. We're always learning. If you're breathing, you're learning. It's never late to learn, okay? So, it's very important that we practice these tips that I shared. So hopefully they've been helpful to you. Please, please, please let me know if you found value in this video. Please, give those the likes, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when I have more videos, and you'll get the notifications. And thank you for all of my people here at Smiley Empowerment in the YouTube world. Thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting me across the social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Thank you for that, because I know there's many people that I see you on all platforms and we share, and I love it. I love when you say hi. I love when you comment. I love when you reshare and post my content. It's amazing. I am so proud of myself, and that I'm showing up little by little. It's been a while since, I've been trying my best to post in different social media platforms, but also with life itself, it's been hard recovering from COVID. I'm a long hauler, having many, many issues that's happened, in my life, as well as so many of my viewers and my followers, my community, my beautiful people, mi bella gente. I know that we've been going through some hard times, but that's why I wanted to film this on tips on how to feel better and how to self-love. And soon, very soon, I'm going to be having a 5-day self-love boot camp. So stay tuned for more information on that. And really, the purpose of that is for women. It's exclusively for women, my empowerment women, my boss chicas. Those are my women that are about their business, about learning and growing, right? Whether you're a stay-home mom, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're making career changes and You're out there making it happen, hustling, work and business, new startup, right? It's important to have support and to have the tools and the community to support us, and the repetition, because many other coaches and colleagues and mentors of mine were all talking about the self-love, the spreading of love, the teaching of how to love yourself in a healthy way, how to boost your confidence, how to acquire new skills, right? A lot of this across the platforms, we're hearing it over and over, and that's okay, because repetition, that's where there's mastery. And while we are living on this planet, we are always, from time to time, getting off our alignment. Excuse me. Getting off our alignment, right? On working on ourselves, sometimes we find ourselves disengaged at times from our own self and disconnected. So it's very important to repeat, right? Reset ourselves and repeat the same tips, the same strategies on how we can improve, because we're human and we make mistakes and we get disaligned with what we want and our positive energy and the skill sets that we need. So it's okay to hear the same of the same again and again, because you have to understand that we are not perfect. And one day we hear it from one person and it clicks, another day we hear it again. That's why I save this video so you can watch it again, share it with a loved one. You never know who may need to have these tips and have these gentle and friendly, loving reminders. So I hope these tips helped you. My name is Smiley Filomeno Rodriguez. I am so proud to be a Latina life and empowerment coach. I am here to serve you. I am here to spread love and joy with other human and fellow travelers as yourself. I am a mom, I'm a wife, and I am your friend. And I hope that you stay tuned and you continue to follow me and subscribe to my channel. And if you're listening to me on the podcast, love that you're doing that as well and supporting Circle of Trust with Smiley. And I will see you in the next one. I will hear from you in the next one. And until then, take care of yourself, each other, and don't forget to share a smile. I'll see you soon.